Sup? I haven't been uploading much of anything on this channel, but I've decided to finally do something, even if not necessarily something I've done before. I've been getting into the object shows lately.
Weaklings! I'll eat it! Ah!
And the focus of this video is specifically one of them, but more precisely of one song present within it. Taco's Tirade is a song sung by Taco, an important character within the story of Inanimate insanity that because the disruption of the game's flow and her growing age, but also of the build-up we had of a simple silly character being twisted around, be shown as this cunning person ready to do anything to win the prize, at least partially. So in short, since season 1's ending, she has been viewed in a negative light by most of the cast, but that doesn't stop her from coming back with the same goal and with no really positive results, which eventually leads her to wanting to break apart the game. Little tidbit to also explain what is happening. She kidnapped Miphone for his assistant Mipad, both for their teleportation ability, but also in order to hold a hostage to be used against Miphone. Contestants are currently playing in a challenge to put up a fire big enough to burn down a rope, so they're collecting sticks. Spoilers for Inanimate Insanity episode 17, and obviously also the previous ones.
Any moment now.
Are you sure this is what you want?
Oh, spare me your spin, you tabloid. If you want to psychoanalyze someone, don't look at me.
One thing being shown here is how, despite everything, Mipad is being kind. We have seen this facet of Mipad occasionally, for example, letting Marsh stay at Dimension in order to clear up some issues with Bo. And right now, Mipad is trying to help Taco, but she wants none of it.
Look at them, it's so pathetic, how they run to fetch their sticks. Sure, call me polemic, unsympathetic, at least I know other tricks. Look at me and all you see is the debris of some defective outcast. A frenetic, antithetic, if poetic, little iconoclast.
What she thinks of herself is that she's merely this protester defiant towards the game and others, but also she didn't manage to be that either. She came back to the game in order to try again, but she only made things worse.
But I won't live in the past. I almost won this game once, you know.
I mean, this is really in your face again. She clearly is still stuck in the past, but I do want to think she's also talking about how she was also almost making friendships. She almost won them.
But history is rearranged just to credit those who win the glory. So reality is changed in the edit when they spin the story.
This part bummed me out for a bit and is also what led me to want to make this video. But I think this is mainly about how, as compared to the other characters, the views on Taco and Balloon are heavily influenced after the first season, those being the characters to be defined as evil and untrustworthy.
Maybe in your mind you feel like a different person, but everyone in that hotel won't forget how we used to act.
Now that she's no longer part of the game, she can't, in her mind, change those ideas about her to the rest.
And we choose to feel this pain. And we lose more than we gain.
Or how she used to believe if she gained the money, it would have allowed her to move on. Her coming back to the game is a sign of that, although it seems like from her own expression that she directly hates or dislikes that mindset. She moved on from the money, but she was after it for so long, she made bonds with people only to supposedly win her goal.
But I will break this cycle of mistakes, unlike all of these snakes, whom I call to condemn. If I can't win the prize, I'll play this last reprisal just to bring their lies all to an end.
While she keeps insulting those who accept these lies willingly, it feels very ironic since she is living in a lie that she can't change her public image anymore. And she also stands to make it clear that her goal is no longer about the money. The rest of the song is a self-affirmation of her beliefs, as Meepet tries to change her mind, but she just starts talking way more loudly to not hear any defying argument against her. Although there was this one part which kinda confused me a bit.
I think they're too
Feeling double
afraid to
fast,
bend the bed.
dealing
They
with a
may
loss, yes,
bring
but
themselves
healing
to
is a
face the
process, that's the
awful
truth.
I believe that what this means is that the contestants, or herself, have tried to push down so much of the truth, and in the case for the contestants, they have deliberately decided to forget most of the odd and weird events within the show. And for Taco, it could be that she belittles the tiny part of herself with a bit of hope, trying to push herself down, reminding herself that she is a monster. She calls the game cruel and inhumane. Both could reference to their plan or to the actual Anime Insanity competition, but it's very clear that during this charade, she seems to despise the game itself. Meepad mentions that she's hurt, both physically and mentally, and that most likely she's broken from what she had to go through in the game, and outside of it too. Also, to bring something visual up is how when she breaks apart the symbol, she also ends up hurting herself. When she ultimately enacts her plan to destroy the game, she ends up breaking apart due to her fear. But most of all, her mindset is not ready to confront her past allies. And now, to bring back someone I mentioned before, who has also tried to do things out of character to win the game, HALLOOO. You can see some parallels between the two. Both disliked, seen as untrustworthy for the way they acted in Season 1, both try to clean their act, and both don't fully gain what they lost back, but through Balloon, we get to see how these grudges are held very strongly and how they deeply affect him even after he clarifies everything. One may wonder if Taco witnessed all of that and maybe even pushed her hope further down than before, because she still sees herself a bit like how she was in Season 1. And to end it off, before she breaks apart, she does indirectly state that the game has changed her. He's aware of a characteristic, and pretty much ends up confirming most of the theories I had until now. Although this hints at how much she also despised the challenges as well, criticizing Miphone's inept thinking and maybe even getting a bit too close to the truth behind the game. But that just might be a stretch. Anyways, this is pretty much all I had to say about the song. I might have missed some parts. In fact, there's some parts I feel like I could have been redundant to analyze, since they just ended up leading to the same meaning. But hey, I could have missed something. So if you felt like I did and you want to point it out, do please tell in the comments. Hell, if I got something wrong or mischaracterized someone, do go ahead and point it out too. But yeah, that's all. Good video. Bye.